Washington Heights was good. It's your boy Selt Selt. Hey, I want to start off by saying, man, why Washington Heights don't support each other, man? Why is it a lot of us we don't support each other with what we do? When somebody comes out with something new or has an event going, we don't support them. I know for me, I got some reasons why I don't support a couple people. First of all, because some people haven't supported me, but I loved a lot of support that I got from a lot of people, and that's why I support people too. Because one hand washes the other. But a lot of people keep asking me like, "Oh, you should do a video on this and touch the subject on this." So, well, I'm gonna touch the subject on it, because I know there's a celebrity from Washington Heights that he told one person, "Oh, I don't do shows over there because they don't support me." But at the end of the day, you got to remember you came from Washington Heights and you got to get back to your community, my brother. If you don't get back to your community, then don't expect the love because the people are not gonna show you love. But shout out to Don Fulano. You know what I'm saying, for always showing the love. I truly appreciate that, man. For always showing the love, man. But some other people, and not only celebrities in general, but people as well. Like we don't support each other, man. Like we gotta definitely support each other, man. We gotta stop that hate on each other. We gotta help each other grow, man. Because if we don't help each other grow, then who's gonna help us then? We gotta stop supporting people that don't show the love, that hate your community, that talk bad about your community, but still, you guys still wear their apparel and everything, And we gotta stop that, man. We gotta show each other love, man. Because at the end of the day, we try to better ourselves. So you can't get mad at a person, for growing, and for trying to get out the neighborhood. And once you get out the neighborhood, you gotta remember you always gotta give back. And that's like one thing with me. Like when I first started, before I even blew up, I was giving people stuff away. I was giving hats away. There was times when I was leaving hats and street poles, and people would pick it up, and you know what I'm saying, and had the free hats. I might start doing that again this summer, because I know I used to have Washington Heights hats, and I leave them right there on the light pole, and I just tell a person on Facebook, yo, if you know where this block is at, the hat is yours, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you get there on time before somebody snatched it up, then you had a free Washington Heights hat. But I used to love doing stuff like that because it'll bring people. It's something to mess around with people. But some people found the hat. Some people knew where the blocks is at right away and went and got it. So I used to love doing stuff like that. Because I like to get back to my community. So there was times where I said, what, let me just leave hats. And it's like some people say, oh, when I started my business, oh, still just want the money. This, that. Nah, it's not all about the money, man. Because sometimes money don't bring happiness, man, and that's a true fact. So I said, you know what? Let me leave hats and stuff like that so people could get them, man. And enjoy a free hat, man. So it's a beautiful thing. Why not give back to the community, man? But a lot of things I do, I don't like to put it on camera. I do give back. That's how I have a good heart, man. I've been, in this business since 2016. And if I wasn't doing a great job, saying with God, then I wouldn't have what I have now. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have been out here as long as, since 2016 to now. So I'm happy for that, man. And I appreciate y'all, man, Washington Heights, and everybody all over the world that showed me the love and support, with my business and my Washington Heights apparel, Sydney Heights apparel, as you can see in the hat, you know. But I truly appreciate that, man. So that's why I want to, do a nice website for you guys. It's going to come out pretty soon. So make sure to stay tuned for that, man. And show the love and support when it comes out, man. But I trust and believe I'm going to have some nice and exclusive joints for you people, man. Y'all are going to love it when you see it. You're going to be happy. I'm going to bring a lot of different styles, a lot of different products, a lot of different logos. So get ready for that as well. But my people in Washington Heights, man, show the love and support. And let's support each other, man. Let's hold each other down like we're supposed to, man. And let's keep it going, baby. So far we're doing so good, but it's just a few of us that got to learn, And another thing, man, we got to stop using each other, man. If we're going to do something, do it because it comes out of the heart, man. When I do something with somebody, because it comes out of the heart. Not because I got a big fan base, and then you want to use me to grow. Which sometimes I don't mind if you're cool, but if you ain't cool with me, then don't do that, man. Because that's not cool at all. It's nice for you to hustle from the beginning to the end, and you watch how you grow from when you started to now. So that's a beautiful thing. Because I never reached out to nobody to tell me, oh yo, let me grow up for you, this and that. I never did stuff like that. So I always like to do things from the beginning. I like to hustle. I like to grind. So like that, when I look back and say, man, that came from You know, from all the way down, man. I came up from down here all the way to the top now. So, you know, that's a beautiful thing, man. When you grind and you see your success, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. So, you know, that's all I'm saying, my people. You know, it's always good to hustle, man. And there's gonna be people out there that you're gonna want to help. And people, as an entrepreneur, I'm gonna be straight up blunt and honest with you guys. When you're an entrepreneur, there's gonna be people that you want to help, people that you want to keep aside, friends that you want to keep to the side, but it's gonna be a couple people that you help, and they're gonna end up stealing from you. You know, I'm not gonna say no names and nothing like that because you know I got over that already. But it's reality. I'm gonna just keep it 100% with you guys. When you try to help people out, sometimes people are gonna be next to you to plot on you, and that's the way it is. You know, like all businesses like that. You know, but when you're an entrepreneur, there's gonna be people that you least suspect that are gonna get next to you, and they're gonna steal from you. And when you find that out, you be like, damn, like I thought all this time I thought this person was cool with me, man, and you know, I wanted to help them out, but they ended up stealing from me. And then what it is, they'll be your closest friends that take from you, man, and you be shocked when you see that, man, you know. But you know, when you catch them in the act, when you catch them, then they start telling lies. Oh no, I paid this person before, or if it's a guy, he be like, oh, you know, I gave him his money, this and that. But meanwhile, you got receipts to show, you know. But then if it's a female, they'll pop up and say, oh, you know, he's just mad at me because I didn't sleep with him and this and that. They'll come up with a whole bunch of lies so that they can make themselves look good. But at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself why people ain't doing business with you no more. You know, because I know the truth. I didn't have to say the truth. People already knew. But when you ask yourself and say, yo, why people close the doors on me? Don't get upset at me because you stole from me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just keep it straight up and blunt, man. You know, the person that did that to me, I don't hate you or nothing. I love you. I show you all the most respect. But you just can't eat from my plate no more, man. You know, we cool and everything. I know you mad at me because people found out what you did was wrong. And hey, if you do dirt, it comes right back in your face, man. You know what I'm saying? That's, as they say, that's the karma, you know? But that person, you know, she know who she is. But I know I seen you in the summertime and you got upset and you was telling your man to look at me and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, I played, I was all cool. At the end of the day, you laughed, but you know what? I got paid that night while you was standing, chilling, and dancing, and I know you was feeling stupid that night too. So, cause he didn't make no money. So, but I'm glad your man didn't make that approach. Cause if he would have made that approach, you know, things would have got ugly for him. But anyway, that's just the past, man. We can't dwell on that. But anyway, my people, I just want to say, man, just got to be careful who you down with, man, and who you put down with you. So you just got to be careful with that, man. And as an entrepreneur, things like that will happen, but there's good sides to it too. You'll meet a lot of people. You'll make good business, and it just got to keep going for it, man. You follow your dreams and work hard, man. As an entrepreneur, it's never easy. It's hard work. You got to put time into it. I had partners that started with me. I had one partner that decided to, go on one side, help kids out and stuff like that, doing the coaching thing, which is cool, man. And right now he helped a kid with it, they got signed by Jordan Brand. So that's, I can't get mad at that if he try to help somebody to better their life. So that's cool, man, especially the young generation. So I'm happy for that. Then I had another partner that all he wanted to do was just chill, hang in the corner, puff weed, and just look cute in the corner without making no bread on the business. So we had to let that go. So what can I do, man? But at the end of the day, people make their own choices, man. But hey, what can I say? You gotta let people do what they gotta do, man. Sometimes some people don't got the same eye vision as you, so just gotta keep it moving, gotta keep it going. I started this business by myself, and I ended up again by myself. So hey, it's all good in the hood, man. So far I did good, so I can't complain. I can't get mad. So I'm just glad with what God gave me, that gift to hustle and grind, and that's what it is. Some people don't, some people have it, some people don't, man. Everybody got their own little, how can I say, their own gift. So maybe that wasn't his gift, and that partner had a boogie, and so as an entrepreneur, you're gonna face things like that as well too. So it's okay, man. It's okay to be by yourself and do things by yourself. Because when I do stuff, And I think about new logos, I'm always alone. And sometimes I separate from my friends because, I got to think to myself and think about a master plan to come up with something nice for y'all. So that's what I do. Sometimes I stay by myself and that's how I come up with new logos. Sometimes I stay up to like 4 o'clock in the morning working and thinking, writing stuff down, thinking about new logos and stuff like that. And that's okay, man, because, as an entrepreneur, you're going to have to do stuff like that. And it's going to take, the time and effort for you guys to put in that good work for your people and your customers, man. So just as an entrepreneur, man, just got to, be cool and, be humble as always. When you meet a person, you know what I'm saying, or you try to help a person, always stay cool and humble. That's the most important thing. I remember when I first started this Washington Heights thing, I had people getting upset at me saying, "Oh, I hate you because he came up with the idea." And I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." Like, all this time I thought I was doing something good for the community. And I got some people mad at me because I try to do something good for the community. One guy that was high on drugs was talking about, "Oh, I was gonna come and get you. I was gonna do this and that to you, but I'm gonna come and get you with the gat and everything." And I'm like, man, I'm glad that he didn't do it, because if he would have done that, my man, things would have ended bad for you. But I'm glad it never came to that. So I found out later on that the guy was heavy on drugs and talking crap. He even showed up to my block one time to fight, and I'm like, man, like, my guy, like, do you understand? Like, you come into my block, you will get destroyed. First of all, I won't even put my hands on you. The dudes in my block will do it for me. But I don't want that to happen to nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all about that, man. When you're trying to grow and you have a business, you gotta stay focused. You gotta deal with the people's nonsense. You gotta deal with it, man. And then when you're trying to grow, also gotta grow up here. You can't go into this or getting a knife or getting, what the other thing. You can't do that, man. You gotta grow with your mind, man. And you gotta educate. As you growing, what I'm saying, your mind is developing more as to do better, man. You always got to do better. Some people that are stuck behind, you got to leave them behind. Not everybody could come on the bus with you, man. It's like I said, you could drive the bus, but some people, what? They're not going to pay the fare. They're going to hop, right? So the ones that are smart, they're going to pay because they don't want to get locked up. But the ones that are stuck behind, they're going to hop the bus and not even caring if they get a ticket or not. You know what I'm saying? So, when you're elevating, you got to use your mind, man, and just do things right, man, and grow. Some people just don't want to grow, man. And some people will hate you just because you're growing. So, you know, you ask yourself, man, what am I doing wrong? If you don't see yourself with a company or you can't think of an idea, don't get mad at me, man. Go to church, pray or whatever. Let God give pray to God so He could give you something to fall back onto. Because me, I'm not gonna lie. When I don't have no ideas, I go to church and pray. And next thing I know, when I come out, boom, I have different ideas and stuff, different logos and all that. And that's what started my career, man. So, you can always go to church, man, and pray, man, because it's never too late, man. God will open your mind to a bigger plate, man, and you'll see, you'll be like, wow, like, it's okay to give yourself to God, man, because He'll give you great ideas that other people won't have or haven't even thought about yet. Like, I got a new logo that nobody has thought about yet, and I'm gonna wait till the right time to release it, man. So make sure y'all check out my website, newheightsapparel.com. Remember that, and you're gonna see some exclusive joints that I'm gonna bring out, man. So I brought something out before, and a couple of people didn't pay attention because it was on me, but some people didn't pay attention to it though. But I'm gonna release it again. Now I'm gonna share it with my whole borough, Washington Heights, and you're gonna see what I've been talking about. But as an entrepreneur, man, you gotta put in hard work, man. You gotta put in hard work, stay up late hours, and do what you gotta do, man. You know. But in the meantime, my people, if you guys need any merch done, any job for your apparel, let me know. Contact me, SELT on Facebook, Instagram, and also my YouTube channel. For those that got my number, you can holler at me as well. So, just telling me a little bit of my entrepreneur status, man. So, it's not easy, man, but somebody got to do it, right? So, you already know it's your boy Selt giving you the best and none but the best true facts of what goes on in life when as an entrepreneur, and gotta hang in there, my peoples. You got your ups and you got your downs, man. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that I started my entrepreneurship, and a lot of people told me that I inspired them to do to do stuff. So I'm glad for that, man, because I started to, to help the young generation, but sometimes the young generation are too caught up on what they doing, so they don't pay no mind. But at least I inspire a couple people that I never thought I would inspire, man. So, I'm glad for that, man. So I gotta be doing something right, So I'm just glad that everybody could, do a little something on their own, and I'm glad that they told me, "Oh, you inspired me to do this, to do that," and I'm just happy for that, man. Because at least I'm doing God's work, and I'm doing it in a good way, man. So, you know, as an entrepreneur, you got to think of others, and you can't just think about yourself, So just remember that, guys, that stay humble. Anybody needs to, to learn something, you teach them, They got any questions, respond to them, and that's the way to go, man. And that's how you grow, because one hand washes the other, man. So always remember that, my people. So, it's your boy Selt giving you another one. Checking over now. Peace, love, and happiness. And make sure subscribe to the channel. SELT. Show the love and support. And hit the notification bell for more exclusive videos. You already know. Peace, love, and happiness. And hey, stay tuned, because that website is coming out. NewHeightsOfPower.com for the exclusive Washington High School. You already know. Peace.